Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten and I have another Trump related reading for you. This reading is based on suggestion from a Patreon subscriber, Cynthia Allen. Shout out to Cynthia. She wants to know, when will Trump or his family be indicted? Okay. Before we get started with the reading, it's going to be a full reading. Some of my readings are only partial for YouTube subscribers. I encourage you to become a Patreon member so that you can have access to full videos as they're released. So please join me on Patreon. There should be a link in my description box to do so. And I would appreciate it, and really am grateful and appreciative for all of the support that I've gotten from my Patreon members and from supporters and contributors to the channel. So if you'd like to contribute, there is a donate button on the homepage as well. Please hit the like button. Please hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I'm putting new videos up here on YouTube, and share my videos with your friends. Help me to get to 10,000 subscribers. And I think that's my beginning spiel, so now we can start the reading. This will be a full reading. This is based on a question from one of my Patreon members. When will Trump or his family be indicted? Now, I've already approached this question. If you look back over my previous readings, I've already approached this question. By the way, I've been reading since the inauguration, guys. I've been around since day one. So I have a long history of accuracy, so please check out my past videos on Trump. But like I said, I was saying before, I've already approached this question. I don't like to repeat questions to the cards, okay? That's how you get addicted to tarot, by the way. You just keep asking the same questions over and over again. Don't do that. But the answer that I got was that we have to, it's unknown at the time, that it's, nobody knows the time, the date, or the hour, right? So that was the answer that I got. So because it was so indefinite and undefined, I'm approaching it one more time, and this time I'm doing it by the month. So in September, October, November, December, when are the indictments coming for Trump or his family? And for me, the indictment card is in tarot is the judgment card. So as I was shuffling, I did ask that the judgment card would show itself to formally tell me for sure when indictments are likely to happen to Trump or to his family. So that's the background of the reading. Let's go ahead and get started. This is for the month of September. Are there any indictments coming for Trump or his family? I got this 5 of Cups and the 7 of Cups, clarified by the Trap card reversed, and the Emino card, or the Ace of Wands, from Sibilla. They're both Sibillas, by the way. This is Lavera Sibilla, and this is Sibilla and Divina, and I'm using 12 Chairs Tarot. So I feel like in September, this event that's being called out to us and represented by the 5 of Cups, it involves some sort of unhappiness, disappointment, because of results given or not given. Something turns out to be a disappointment. It could have been a trap. Or a con. It tells me that someone feels cheated. Someone feels cheated or misled or conned. So this could be talking about the Kavanaugh appointment hearings, or it could be some other event. Just giving you the energy, and I sometimes want to place people or events in these energy placeholders. And what I'm ascribing to the energy, I feel is a possibility, but there's other possibilities that this energy might manifest as. So you have to be open to that. That's how I read. So I feel like this could be the Kavanaugh appointment hearings, and someone, or someone's, could be more than one person, could could be several people. The Democrats could be feeling like they got cheated. There was some kind of trickery or avoidance being utilized for the purpose of self-interest by other parties, right? And one's enemies are too influential or they have too much power. And that's what's behind it all. That's what's behind the disappointment. That's what's behind the con. In the past, someone took an opportunity for granted. The Ace of Wands can be an opportunity. They took an opportunity for granted, or they took an opportunity from you. Someone stole it from you. This is someone who's gotten away with it. Okay? They're laying a trap for you, a con. This is a scoundrel. And when it's reversed, they've gotten away with it already. So, someone in the past took an opportunity from you, or they made a deal with you, but you wound up getting nothing for your troubles. Broken promises, Five of Cups. We're Five of Cups. So now we've got the Seven of Cups. So just looking at the cards, someone spent a night, boozing it up, doing all kinds of stuff, and look, in the morning you wound up married to this bitch. Whoops. You got all caught up in the fantasy. You got caught up in the illusion. You got caught up in a lie. You got caught up in some bullshit. Seven of Cups tells me that this event of disappointment involves a lot of options, choices, or decisions that were up for review. And that a lot of that was being reviewed was unclear or even made up, like I said, some bullshit. So, like I said, this guy partied hard with the enemy. And he woke up with a lot of regrets, married to this bitch. This is the marriage card, and it clarifies the Seven of Cups. It's also a card of confirmation and ceremony. So in September, I believe that someone's going to get the best of someone else, and there will be a confirmation taking place. And it's for life. This confirmation is for life. And this was a well-laid trap. And someone gets sworn in, and like I said, it's for life. So I believe we're talking about Kavanaugh appointment here, and I think, I've said it before, I think he's going to get in. And there's going to be a lot of disappointment and sadness about that, about this choice or decision. All right? Next we have that's just for September, and we're just keeping it short here, because we're just looking for indictments, right? Next, we've got the month of October. I pre-shuffle my cards, guys. I let my cards fall out. It's a lengthy process. I don't show it on camera. If anyone wants to question the validity of my readings, go ahead. They're pretty accurate, so if you want to say I'm cheating or I'm making this up, I guess I'm a genius in some other kind of weird way, right? So I'm just going to ignore those comments. So in October, we have the Hierophant. We have the Hierophant, and we have the Four of Swords. And when I read, I also read intuitively by the pictures as well as the meaning of the cards. So Hierophant can mean government, laws, legal courts, high official, a leader, the president, church. You know, it can also represent tradition and convention and rules and regulations, believers and followers, one's base. With the Four of Swords here in this deck, someone's taking a break. It can mean a retreat, it can mean a vacation, it can mean one is ill, it can mean one is going into deep thought or consideration, meditating on something, pondering a question. It can also mean someone is, like I said, taking a break and they've decided to be inactive at this time, passive or quiet, okay? Not saying what they feel. So with all this in mind, based on the meanings of the cards, I feel like the first thing I'm getting is that there's going to be some sort of quiet period in terms of legal actions being taken by the Mueller or Russia probe, Russia investigation. I feel like there's might be kind of a quiet period, October. So I clarified the Hierophant, and I got the lot of money card, but it's reversed. A lot of money on the table here. Shit lot of money. You know, this is a lot of money than most of us will ever see. But it's reversed, right? And I clarified the Four of Swords, and I got the Gran Signore. This is my president card. This is also someone who's flamboyant, showy. It can be a very, very honorable, noble person. It can even represent God. It's the Grand Poobah. It's the president card. It's reversed, right? Still the same type of clout, but it's being abused, it's being misused, right? Okay. So, as I'm looking at these cards, trying to figure out what they're saying, hopefully you can see all of these. There we go. I'm getting a lot of different stories here. The lot of money card, when it's reversed, is my sanctions card in this deck. As the readings unfold for me, I suggest anyone who does tarot that you journal what tarot reveals to you, and then you have your own meanings for cards going forward. So it's shown me in the past that this is a sanctions card, so this is my sanctions card in this deck. It may not be for someone else, that's fine. But it's telling me there may be some kind of sanctions relief or respite being bestowed upon a corrupt president, or being demanded by a corrupt president before the elections. Okay, I'm feeling like the seats here, the seats that this guy is lying on, is making me think of the election seats that are at stake. So I feel like someone wants sanction relief before the elections. So they're making a demand on the leader, the president, the corrupt leader, the corrupt president. Before the elections, before his power can be taken, right? Before his power might go into retreat. I'm also feeling that government spending is going to be an issue, maybe around for these elections coming up, or they should be, right? Government spending should be. It should be deeply considered and evaluated and brought to the attention of the masses, of the followers. And I feel like that would be I got another clarifier for this Four of Swords, and it's the gambling card. This is also my strategy card. You know, this guy is getting moves from this guy who's cheating. And they're taking advantage of this player here. So it's like a game. So this is reversed. This is called the gambler's card. It's reversed. So to me, it's just talking about strategy right now. And I feel like this would be a good strategy for the Democrats to use in the upcoming elections in November to really go in hard about government spending, the corrupt spending, not only of the president, but of high officials who have just flamboyantly abused their positions and used it to, just take advantage and buy fancy things for themselves and take fancy trips. The Four of Swords can be a vacation. That's a lot of money, a lot more money than any of us will ever see, and they're just doing that. And so the Democrats really need to drive that home. In this quad, it's kind of like the challenge is for them to do that. For some reason, they don't want to do that, or they're quiet about it. This would be a mistake. Okay, this would be a mistake. So I'm telling you, any Democrat in power, that in Congress or in the Senate, that you guys are going to need to definitely drive home the abusive spending habits of the president and his party members, to the followers, to the base, to the people, because this is a lot more money than we're ever going to see, and they're just abusing their authority and their position and stealing from us. So the Democrats really should not keep quiet about this, and they're going to need to bring this to public attention. This is morally wrong. This is morally corrupt. And I think that Democrats are going to be angry and upset if our officials don't drive this home, if they remain quiet about it. All right? So, further looking at these cards, I may pick this up again. I'm getting some more messages, and I feel like Trump or a high official, may travel to visit or take a break or something and visit a corrupt leader in October. A corrupt leader. Corrupt president. Could be Putin, could be someone else. And also a high official, someone in a high position in government, may take a break or leave their position. Sorry, there's a fly that's trying to get on me. May leave their position in October. It might be because of corrupt spending, or it might be because of a corrupt president that they decided they don't want to hang around. Interesting. I'm going to have to do something about this fly here in a minute. It's bugging me. Now, the reason for this could be because the president is abusing his position, or because the person who is leaving is abusing their position. Like I said, it could be because of their own corrupt spending, or because they can't work for this corrupt president anymore. So I feel like a high official could be leaving in October. Gran Signore, when he's reversed, is a blackmailer or someone who's being blackmailed, okay? So now I'm seeing that some seats in the Senate, I feel like it's talking about the Senate. It could be talking about Congress, but I feel like it's the Senate. Some seats are being held down, right? Or threatened. Held down or threatened See this like ghost figure here in the back? Like a scarecrow. Held down or threatened by blackmail. Blackmail of the president or blackmail of the high official. So some party members are being quiet because of blackmail. Wow. Some sanction relief may be desired or brought forth because of blackmail, because the president is blackmailed by a blackmailer. And I'm not hedging my bets. Everything that I'm saying here, these are my predictions, okay? Everything that I'm saying are my predictions. These are possibilities that these energies can formulate into. And someone may be morally compromised because of evangelical support, wouldn't approve of their lifestyle, maybe their lifestyle, their flamboyancy, their gayness. Yeah, let's just put it out there. A high official might be gay, and the evangelicals may not approve of this. So they're going to be quiet. They're going to be quiet. They're compromised. They want to hold their seat. They want to hold down their seat. There's some kind of a threat here. This could be one incident, and it could be several. That are several seats that might be compromised. Okay? To hold on to them, there is some sort of compromise that's been made, or blackmail. They don't want to gamble. They don't want to take a risk or gamble losing their seat. So they'll be quiet. Or they'll be complacent. They'll do what they're supposed to do. And I feel like we're talking about a senator, but it could be House. So that's what I see for the month of October. Okay. Now let's look into November. This is the month of the elections. I hope you guys are enjoying my style of reading. So we got the Ten of Swords, disaster, ruin, crashed and burned, exhausted. It's over, baby. Someone or something is ruined and it's over. Someone's world. We got the World card here. Somebody's world is crashing down, crumbling down. There's great loss and suffering. This is somewhat unexpected. So I can't tell if this is the Dems lose or the Republicans lose in November. To me, it could go either way, these energies so far as I'm reading them. So I have to warn everyone who's not happy with this president. You're going to have to vote, and you're going to have to stay aware of the dangers of the election. There could be some cyber hacking. There could be some election fixing. We've got to vote. And I feel like, you see, there is a blue wave. Look at the blue wave, guys. I feel like there will be a turnout, enough votes, because I've already done this reading the midterm election, and I saw both the Senate and the House going to the Dems, right? That's what I said. Now, as I look back over that reading, I have to say I may have got the Senate wrong, but at the same time I got it right. I feel like the Senate will, if we don't win a majority of seats, there will be a balance of seats to where it'll still be a win in that sense, okay? So I'm putting that on record here today. But I feel like there will be enough votes to overturn the House for sure. Unless the elections get hacked, this could be an unexpected disaster. And everybody's plans are ruined. So this is scary right now. This is freaking scary. Because the plans for our world, for our country, and for the world, this is the end of the world here. This is the end of the world, or it's the end of somebody's world. It could be either one. It's not defined yet. Nothing is set in stone, so that we still have to vote. We still have to protect the elections, is what I'm saying. Because there will be enough people turning out. But if someone fucks with it, you know, it could be a very ruinous situation for all. So hopefully, I am just erring on the side of the worst case scenario, because I am looking at this blue wave. And this means that hopefully this means that it's over for the Republicans. Because this is a new world order. This is a completion of an old, painful cycle. It's come to an end, and this is a new world order. Now, again, that could work either way, guys, right? That could work either way. That could be a new world order for Trump. It could be a new world order because now we can take back our world and we can correct what's going on. So I'm looking at this world card here, and I'm seeing there's just one man. By the way, my nail is not dirty. Some petty person tried to say that my nails were dirty. My nail died this year, and it's healing. So my nail's not dirty. Okay. I'm looking at this world card here. A man against the world. Or one man has the power to destroy the world. And I clarified this Ten of Swords, and I got the anger card. This is just the element of anger, right? She's pure anger. But she's controlled anger. This is reversed. And it's in the position of... Because I read in several different ways. Like I'll read clarifiers, but the clarifiers become positions in a layout, right? So this is in my Trump position as his actions, his reactions, right? So this is good. This is good. This is good. So Trump is going to be angry. That's a good sign. It'll be Trump that's angry, but it is reversed. So wait a minute. Let me read this. The anger is in Trump's position. This is a card that talks about, when it's reversed, it talks about deception of the helpless, deception of the innocent. So, again, we could be talking about hacking again of the elections, deception of the can't think of the word I'm wanting to think of. I guess unaware. Those that are not awake to the potential dangers. There's deception of the innocent who don't understand that this guy's so corrupt that he'll do anything. So this is serious. Serious danger here. So this energy is in Trump's position. So he's got this energy of deceiving the helpless and the innocent. And it's also a card that talks about a woman who is young, or a woman who was young at the time. This is a past history. May come out and share her story with us. And it involves Trump. And it's going to ruin Trump when this story comes out. This is a possibility of what this energy might be formulating into, okay, a potential. So this is also a prediction as well as the elections. So he will say that he's innocent of whatever this woman is accusing him of, which will cause his ruin. he will say that this woman is lying and that he is innocent. This card means an old dilemma reappears. So he had taken care of this problem in the past. Now it comes up again. This is also a card of someone who has or is under sub-control. Sub-control. So they're not in control. They're under sub-control. So this could mean, again, we could be talking about hacking, deception, used by Trump to sub-control the election, even if the blue wave takes over. Or we could be talking about Trump could be under sub-control after the blue wave takes over. He won't have the same kind of world control power that he had before the election. So again, it's still not defining itself perfectly. So I'm looking at this world card again. We've got one man isolated, one man against it all, against the chaos, against the ruin. This could be Trump. This could be Mueller. Depending on how this works out, how this blue wave works out, how this disaster or blue wave works out. So I confirmed or clarified the world card, and I got Letterado. Now Letterado is a man who's in between the age of 40 and 55, maybe a little older, but not much older than that. So I'm kind of ruling out now. I'm ruling out Mueller. And I'm thinking that this is not that it can't be Mueller. I'm just saying that I'm thinking that this is talking about someone else right now. In addition to, it could be talking about Avenatti or a lawyer. This could be a lawyer of this woman who comes out with her story. Based on the age and the marital status of this card, this is someone who is very bright. They study the law. They know the law. They have a promising career, and they can help this woman, and they're very trustworthy. So go Avenatti. He may be showing himself here, helping this woman out, get her story out that will defeat and destroy Trump. So I already did the story, the reading about how the midterms will pan out. I already told you that. And like I said, I saw that both the Senate and the House, I feel like they come under the control of the Dems. And then I'm kind of retracting and say I think that the Senate, if it doesn't come under control of the Dems, that it will at least be more balanced out. So I felt it was only right that I just reconfirm, even though I don't like to repeat myself, that I reconfirm this reading. So I asked the cards specifically, what is the outcome for the Democrats in the midterms for the House seats? And I got the peacock, which is a big victory, a big win. And then I asked, well, what's the outcome for the Democrats in the midterms for the Senate? And I got the happiness of the heart card, which tells me there's joy and there's celebration. But look, there's more red than blue. But if you look further into the card, the red is joining with the blue in marriage. So maybe we'll be able to persuade some seats on the red side to come over to the blue side. There'll be more of a balance in the Senate, I'm hoping, okay? So this is good news, and this is talking about stability and balance as an outcome. So that's how I'm seeing the elections, okay? You guys still with me? Are you enjoying the reading? I hope. I'm feeling like this blue wave, if we're careful and aware of election hacking or any sort of election tampering, and we all get out to vote, I feel like the blue wave is coming, and it will, and also this woman could be coming out like a November surprise, October surprise, November surprise, and this will help bring on the ruin of Trump. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And then finally, December. Remember, the key question was, when are indictments coming for Trump or his family? Ta-da! The Judgment card did show up, guys. And this is my indictment card. Yay! In December. So that's going to be my prediction, that they come for Trump or they come for Donald Jr. Or Jared in December. Or they could come for all three. Okay? I also feel like if it's not indictment, that the impeachment proceedings will begin in December for Donald Trump. Okay? So let's get into the cards. Like I said, I feel like this is either an indictment, a big announcement, a big decision, and it's legal, or it could mean the impeachment proceedings begin. Okay, one or the other. I still feel like it's an indictment for somebody. If it's not Trump, it's impeachment proceedings. If it's an indictment, it could still be Trump, but I can't say for sure, guys. I can't say for sure. It's definitely someone in his family if it's not him. But I still feel like impeachment proceedings begin. So how is this going to affect Trump? And I got the gift card. So I feel like Trump is going to want to offer something or make a deal. Or whoever gets indicted, whether it be Trump or someone else in his family, is going to want to make a deal. Okay? And it may be that it's up to Trump to offer something to this person, right? And this is where it gets a little confusing. You guys have to allow the energy to play itself out. I re-clarified this gift card and I got the Desperate Man. And this always has been my Jared Kushner card, but it could be Trump Jr., it could be Trump's energy as well. This is someone who's desperate. They're in bad trouble. They're in deep shit. So Trump could be offering a deal or a present to someone who's in a bad position, who's being indicted. Trump may offer a pardon. This might be a pardon in this deck. His gift. But his circle of acquaintances, based on this card, is going to be warning him not to do this. Don't do this. This is someone who's going to be making a desperate move. It could be warning this person, warning Trump, don't pardon this person. Don't invoke your pardon power. Or it could be warning the person, don't make a deal. Don't make a deal. So we're talking about different people now, you know what I'm saying? So and this person is desperate to make a deal. This person is desperate to get out of the situation. Whatever they're leaning on for support will cause their ruin. So this card also talks about, it's a clarifier for the Judgment card, so it's confirming that for sure, and this is also in Trump's position, right? These two cards is confirming, and it's kind of confirming for Trump, but again, I can't be sure. It's confirming that Trump is going to be in legal jeopardy. And this marks the beginning of legal proceedings. And we have the Ace of Wands here, so this is the beginning of something. So these two cards together would be the beginning of impeachment, the beginning of indictment. And then this confirms that. Exactly. Confirms the two things together. So he may seek to pardon himself or another. And there's going to be a lot of deep consideration about the law, about the Constitution, about his power to do this. You know, is it legal? And also, there's going to be the study of the parameters around this pardon, whether or not it's legal for him to do this. It could come into play with the courts, right? Because would be a court, a trial. And the judges will have to decide if it's legal for Trump to do this, or if it's legal for Trump to be indicted, okay? So I feel like that's where this energy is leading. There's going to be discussions and deep, heavy thought into the legality of what's happening. Either him putting forth pardon for himself and his family, or whether or not he can be indicted, okay? So I feel like this is definitely Mueller's card, Pensero. And there's a lot of thought and intention about where this pardon is coming from and why. Because if the intent behind it is not good, then it will lead to even more legal problems for Trump. So that might be why his own counsel is warning him, don't do this, don't do this. This is the move of a desperate man. So he's been warned. He's also being warned, Mueller, don't indict a sitting president. Interesting. Whoever this is, whoever this desperate man is, I mean, feels like they're willing to deal. Or they're wanting to be saved, but they're leaning on the wrong thing or somebody for support, and it was going to cause their ruin. I feel like everyone in Trump's circle or everyone in this person's circle is going to turn on them. And if this person doesn't get their pardon, that they're going to turn on Trump and make a deal. Okay? And this person, whether it be Trump or this other person or persons, they're desperate to save themselves. They all share the same energy. Now, the present card can also mean that this indictment or this impeachment proceeding, somehow it comes as a surprise to Trump. It could be a surprise if Trump decides to pardon. It just somehow it surprises us. With fair review, it's telling me that this is coming soon. It may be a surprise, like I said. And hold on. I had some music playing in the background, and it went on to music that I don't want to play in the background right now. Where was I at? I feel like there's news coming. We're all going to be watching, right? This could even be Ivanka. There could be something coming for Ivanka down the pike. But there's a lot of anxiety, fear, and worry in this card about what's coming. And someone is going to do what they have to do because they're desperate to change or fix events. It's not over yet. They're going to try and do what they can to change the events. So they may want to pardon themselves or pardon someone else. So that's where the cards end in this reading, and I hope that you enjoyed it, found it insightful. Please thumbs up the reading, and again, if you'd like to support the channel, there's a donate button on the homepage. Please join me on Patreon, become a member, and I wish you well till our next reading. Blessings.